You will come to my house.
All right. So we've spent the past 35 days considering this space of Ajna, and really coming to an understanding that the way in which we can understand something, the way in which we can imagine something, is the way in which we can influence it. And if our imagination is really tight and small and we're like, no, this is what's possible and that's not, well, then that's exactly what you're going to experience. We have that lodged in our bodies, and as we practice and begin moving, then we have some space in our bodies and suddenly our perception begins to shift. We're like, oh, that could be possible too. And this could be possible. And so we come into asana, and asana is creating this reconnection of all of our spaces and parts and pieces and currents. Because if we've been seated and doing the same series of movements over and over, that's what's available to us. And yoga's trying to reach into all the aspects of us and say, this totality is what's possible. Let me remind you of what's available inside of you and through you. And so if we can use that little moment, we've been building headstand, because when we turn upside down, we shift our perception, we shift our circulation. When we come back upright, there's a clarification of the mind. It's called active reversal, if you were to look it up in physiology. That we turn our system upside down, we challenge ourselves, we return, and from that challenge, we're more capable. Right? And so just imagine that as we're practicing, we are clearing what's in the way so that we can reimagine a greater space for our afternoon, for our jobs, for our food, for the sense of, wow, look, I'm more. I couldn't imagine there was more to me. And yet there is. And so just let all of that start to fit together. We'll save the gunas, and we'll do that another time. But that's all you need for today. Is as you're moving, you're reconnecting the parts and pieces, you're remembering them, and in their reconnection, in their reunification, you're so much more. And so let's just start seated, getting a little bit of height. You have a blanket folded under your hips, or you have a bolster. Hold opposite elbows, sit up tall. And as you come up tall, lean forward, lift your hips off, whatever you've got, and press your shins down. So that's your base. And then drop your seat back. And as your seat goes down, your elbows go up. Put a little tuck into your chin. And a little shimmy. Go up into the elbows. Go down into the seat. Go up into the elbows. Tuck your chin. And just 3 full breaths, opening. The inhale fills the collarbones, the center of your chest, your solar plexus. And the exhale sends the navel to the spine. And you might find a little tremble. You might find a little shake in this breath. Just get it big and smooth and fuller than you imagine. You're making more space in the breath, more space inside the space of the body. Little shimmy, feel where it's sticky, side to side, up, 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 up. Yar. And then your right hand down and your left hand over. Keep your left hip low, and we're going to move side to side. Left hand down, right over, inhale. Hand down, exhale, inhale, over. And just close your eyes and move this way. And all the spaces between your ribs begin to open. The sides of your spine, the sides of your hips, the backs of your arms along your tricep, from your elbow to your shoulder. And they all start to fit together. 3, good. 2, turning your chin into your armpit. And now sitting up tall, hold opposite elbows and change the cross of your legs. Yeah. Now lean forward, anchoring down, lift your seat a little bit, and then drop your seat down and your elbows up. And feel if there's a little new territory, maybe into the back of the lungs, Give it a little shimmy. Elbows up. Try to widen your arms apart and try to use your hands to bring your elbows a little closer. Now 3 breaths, filling the chest on the inhale and emptying navel to spine. And can you use the boundaries of this container of the seat and the arms to fill the container more completely? A little more, shimmy up. Left hand down, right hand over, and then change. And close your eyes. Inhale as you reach across. Exhale as you're at center. That there is an outer surface to your body, feeling the way the skin slides over the ribs. And there is an inner surface to the body, feeling the inner lining of your chest, the inner lining of your lungs, the inner lining of your hips. Good. Keep your right hand down, left hand over. Just bring your right elbow toward the floor. That's 3. Straighten your arm, look up. Elbow toward the floor, that's 2. Good, 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 rise up. Elbow toward the floor, keep your left hip going down, your right elbow going down, look to the ceiling, stay. Now move your left hand, fingertips. Yeah. Melt a little bit more. And then all the way up and over. Left hand down, right hand up high. You'll bend your left elbow and then straighten. Turn to the right. Good. Bend your elbow, which turns you down. As you come up, turn your ribs right. Bring your elbow down. Turn your ribs right. Put it all together. Stay. Move your fingertips. So right ribs are moving right. Right hip is down. Left elbow is down. Yeah. Fill the lining outside and inside with breath and come up right. Hands on thighs. Now notice from outer hip through rib to armpit, up through the center of your spine. That if you have 5 minutes, that is the most perfect thing. Notice what changes in your brain. And downward facing dog. So you've made this beautiful length from hip to shoulder to elbow. See if you can find that same sensation of length as you come into your dog. Excellent. Walk your dog. And as you walk your dog, open the soles of your feet. You're drawing your heel over the base of your toe knuckles. You're letting your hips move side to side. You're feeling into your feet if you want to lift one foot and then place the other foot. You can flex, point your feet. You can pull your heel high towards your hip. And as your legs open, press out of your elbows down into your thumbs. And then just pause a beat. Feet down, arms out long. Float your heart up into your body. Float your navel up into your spine. Knees can be padded if you like. You can have a blanket under your knees or your shins, so that in your hands and knees you can put your right hand high behind your head, your right elbow to your left wrist, and you're rolling open and you're rolling closed. So we went side to side through the spine and through the side body. Now turn down to the floor and roll open to the sky. And then keep your right elbow high and take your right hand high. Reach. Hand to the head, elbow to the wrist. That's exhale. Inhale, elbow up. Inhale, hand up. Exhale, head. Exhale, wrist. So you're opening out and you're rolling down. Good. Keep your hand high. Take your hips back. Take your right hand on top of your left. Fold back. Unfold. As you unfold, turn your ribs right. Now we're revolved. Right hand on left. Square your belly. Square your chest. Square your shoulders. So unfold, turning. And exhale, square down. Last time, rise up. Good. Thread your right hand behind your left and pause for 3. So take all the length you just made
And you just gently turn it to the left. And fill the left side with breath. Fill the right side with breath. And come into the center, hands down, find downward facing dog, and notice the right side body. Right hand, right hip, right heel. Let that line be long and clear. Kneeling. Left hand behind your head, left elbow to wrist. Fold down. So revolve. As you open, roll the left ribs up to the sky. Roll the navel to the sky. And then square your navel and chest back down to the floor. Good. Now, elbow high, then hand high. Hand to the head, elbow to the wrist. Inhale, elbow, inhale, hand. Exhale, head, exhale, wrist. 2 more. So you're reaching all the way through the back. Hip, left knee, and then left hand will stay high. Left palm on right, square the belly, square the chest, square the shoulders, hips back. Inhale up, revolve left. Exhale, fold. Be strong in the hips and be strong in the hand. Draw your hands apart, pull your heart open, and then fold back and down. Last time, left hand high. Now snake the left hand behind the right and turn all the way up behind your heart. And can you use your breath to get to the right side lungs? And then can you use your breath to get the left side lung? And just feel the tension that may have accumulated along the sides of your spine. And center, downward facing dog, feel the left hand, left hip, left heel. Awesome. So good. So much better. So a little wag of the tail. Feel your way into the change you made. Walk your hands a step towards your feet. Put a bend in your knees so that you're a little bit bouncy. And just trust me here. You're going to jump your feet off the floor to land in the same place. Just a little hop. And then pull your hands up. So this little hop, a little lift of your hands. Little hop, little lift. Little hop, little lift. 5. As big or as small as you like. If you'd rather, go one leg at a time. 3. You want to turn everything on. Take a little weight in your hands. Get a little weightless. Good, good, good. Walk your feet to your hands. Step it all the way up. Leave your blanket there. Hands wide, sit down. Inhale all the way up. Hold opposite elbows. Draw it up, draw it up, draw it up. A little shimmy. And notice there's like a static, a noise that you might encounter, and you're going to stay and let it settle. Out the mouth. In the nose. Out the mouth. Hands high. Knees bend, widen your elbows, fold your way down. Left foot back, left knee down, hands up high. And just swing it out, forward and back. So from the sides of your spine, reach all the way into your fingertips. 1 more. And then look up. Hands down, step back, downward facing dog. Left foot steps up, right knee comes down, sweeping forward and back. So everything we've done has been to change the physical structure that holds our breathing, the intercostal muscles, the ribs, the spine, hands up high, and how they're connected to the backs of the arms and the hips. Now fold down. Step your right foot up, hands wide, sit down, rising up. Hold opposite elbows, give it a little wriggle, drop your heels. And let the static subside. Let the static subside. But keep elevating yourself. And then we move, hands up high. And fold. Right foot, right knee, hands up. in dog. Right foot, left knee, inhale, and fold. So stretch your breath, step up with your movement, hands high, and fold right back down. Left foot, left knee, hands up. Inhaling, 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 and then out. Down dog. No hurry, no pace. Left foot, right knee, hands up. If your pace is different from mine, find your pace. Right foot, hands wide, reach tall. Good. Hands wide, putting it together. Right foot, right knee, crown of the head, reaching up, reaching down. Folding. Dog. Smooth your movements. Right foot, left knee. Hands up. And fold. Step up. Sit down, rise up. Hold opposite elbows. And maybe a little less static. Maybe a little more light. A little shimmy going up. Hands wide. Folding down. Left foot back, no knee. Hands up high. A lunge. Good. Bring your elbows down and back. Reaching up. Inhale. Bend your front knee. Exhale. Slow and steady. Slow and steady. Lift your back heel over the ball of your back foot, and this will lift your left thigh. Keep the right knee bent, hands only. Good. Hold opposite elbow. A little shimmy. So use that to open the front of your left hip from your low ribs. Yep, square your left hip forward. We'll put the left knee to the floor, hands high. Good. Right hand comes behind you to the left thigh. And the only thing that changes is your chin. And the only thing that changes is your chin. Chin comes up and the left hip forward. Open and close your mouth and feel that all the way through the left side body. Tuck your chin, bring it down, and fold to dog. Staying in dog. Yep, feel the left hand, left head. I don't know, Lori, that seems like plenty of heat. Good. Right foot steps up, left foot steps up. Lunging, hands up high. Good. Straighten your front leg, reach up, reach your heel up. Bend your knees, bend your elbows. Long, smooth breathing. So we're in our bodies and we think of our bodies as quite athletic. And come out of the athleticism and come into the breath. Bend your knees, stay, only hands. Hold opposite elbows. And lift the heel over the ball of your back foot to send your right hip forward. And a little shimmy. So that from your right ribs now, through the psoas, through the front of the hip, all of that becomes longer. Draw your ribs back and your thigh up. Knee to the floor. Good. Hands up. Left hand down. So we've built everything. Nothing moves. You're not trying to go back. Lift your gaze. And as you lift your gaze, lift your chin. And as you lift your chin, the right side body comes a little forward. Right hip, right rib. And only the gaze, only the chin, everything else. And feel how connected. Your chin creates this much of a change. Open, close your mouth, your jaw, and sit down. We are completely connected. Step back, down dog. Walkie dog, right hand, right hip, right heel. Let the static out. Good. Take your block and put it up on the right side. And step your right foot up and put your block on the pinky toe side. Drop your back heel. so that you can revolve through your warrior two. And just stand up, bringing your hands up. Now hold opposite elbows. Little shimmy. Good. Warrior two, open it out. So knee goes wide, heel goes down. And again, rise up. As you hold opposite elbows, keep that and square your elbows down the center line of your mat. Square your hips under your elbows. Right, so if you need to, look, you guys would look into the kitchen, right? Bend your right knee. Yes, square your elbows, square your hips. Now only the chin, turn right. And anchor that left hip back. Turn your chin more. Reach into the crown of your head, bend your right knee, good. Only the chin. And then straighten your front leg, arms wide, right hand down, triangle. And wash out the top, over the top. Left hand back to the hip, look down. So use your chin, look up. Feel how connected it is to the left heel. Turn your chin down. Reach over the top with your left hand, turn your chin up. Good, last one of those. Find your way in and left hand high. Turn your palm to the front and look up. Soften your jaw to soften the hold of the whole left side of your body. Open and close your jaw. And then reach your left hand over, overhead. And then looking down, put your left hand down, pivot to the back foot, and you are stepping up to the top, hands to hips. Standing tall, turn your palms forward, stay. Now let the static pass. Feel your breathing a little rough and a little high. Settle that. You get good at that, then nothing in your car or your grocery throws you around. And we fold, hands up. And down, stepping back, down dog. We'll set the block on the left side. We'll step the left foot up. We'll put the block outside the left foot. Put your right heel to the floor and warrior two. So when I come first, I can notice my shoulders are sort of cockeyed. My right shoulder is ahead of my left. And my warrior two is sort of scamping. So if I straighten my leg and I hold my arms, now use your arms to bring your hips in alignment and your shoulders so that you're in a parallel line. Now can you bend your left knee? You feel how it kind of pulls you out, right? Straighten your leg, go up. Yes, square your left hip. Keep that, keep that, keep that. Then only the chin to look forward. So the right ribs are wrapping back. The elbows are stacked over the shoulders, shoulders stacked over the hips. There we go. Hands wide. Look front, turn your chin, turn your chin. Hands high, straighten the left leg. And then left hand down. Find the block. Sweep over. And now right hand back, looking down. Right hand over, looking up. Take your time, but know that your chin is affecting connective tissue all through your body. And as you connect and reconnect and clear, now your body can access itself. Now all the intelligence from your heel to your hand becomes available. Right hand high, turn your palm forward, turn your chin up, and feel your feet into the floor. Your tail back, your crown long, your face open, your arms wide, and only the right hand. And feel the right hand over into your right heel. That one gesture can access so much. Right hand look down, step your right foot up, set your block aside, and rise up. Hands high, palms face me. And let all of it drain away. Let the static pass. Good. Bend your knees. Take your tail back. A little bit of a seat. Hook your thumbs. So rest on where you can't go. There's a resistance. And if you got the space, you can try it out. Let it fold. Utkatasana, sitting all the way down, all the way down, all the way down. But looking forward. Move your blanket out of the way and come flat to the floor. Walk your thighs back, walk your hands back, rack your shoulder blades to your body, baby cobra. Good, right tail. So exhale to the floor and inhale to rise up, 3. You're just rolling through the front body. 2. Shoulder blades back and down, 1 more. Into the toes, into the heart. Bend your knees, tuck your toes down, dog, take it back. Feel a little bit of a back bend remain in your body. Right foot high. Right foot high. Up and open. Right knee to right elbow. There's your breath out. Inhale up. Right knee to left elbow. Inhale up. Right knee to right elbow. And up. And bring your right foot to the floor. Put your left heel down and bring your right elbow to your right thigh. Big reverse circle. Where did you go? I had to turn around so that I can face you so you don't see my back. So right foot is up, elbow to thigh. Now clear. Ha! Everything that you've been carrying into that left side, plug into your left heel, big circle. As you circle, like our warm-up, roll your left ribs open. Good, keep your left hand high, let it face the front. And then over the top. Warrior 2, and reverse, straighten your front leg. Warrior 2, elbow to thigh. Inhale over, exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse. Good, warrior 2, elbow to thigh, stay. If you choose, right fingertips inside the right foot and hug your knee into your arm. Turning your chin. Bring your hips towards the left. And left hand down. High plank. All the way to the floor. Find a cobra. Elbows in, shoulders back. As though you were lifted by the backs of your ribs. And 3 times. Look forward. Look forward the whole time. Look forward. And as you rise up, lengthen from your ribs through your belly to your hips. Get long in the front of your spine. 1 more. And rise up. And then press back. Head is last. And the breath gets bigger and looser. Right heel down, left heel high. Reaching out of the arms and the legs. Bring your left knee to your left elbow, looking forward. And up. To the right knee. And up. Out the mouth. And up. And the left foot steps. And the right heel comes down, elbow to thigh, big reverse circles. So the bigger work and the bigger breath can start to sort of excavate. Stand in your back heel, move through your right shoulder, through the belly, and then bring yourself up through warrior 2. Perfect. Yeah. Reverse, reach back, straight front leg. Warrior 2, land in your feet. Elbow to thigh, reach over. Look up. Warrior 2, reach back. Bend your front knee more. And then reverse. So you're building a spring. Bend your left knee and drop into your feet. Keep the legs and reach overhead. Bigger bend in your left knee. Really sit down into your warrior 2. And then let it uncoil to take you back. Warrior 2, big bend. Elbow to thigh, right hand over, staying. Or hand inside the foot. Looking up. Stand in your right heel. Swing your hips to the right so that the hips are between the heels. And 2 hands down. High plank. You may go to the floor or chaturanga to an upward facing or a way in is to find your cobra. Elbows in, shoulders back. Plug your thumbs, plug the tops of the feet and lift off. 3. So if we hang out here, it's very heavy and damp. Press your thumbs down, press into the floor. From the press, lift up and back. And then knees down, press back. Child, knees wide, toes together, fold. Beautiful. Beautiful. As you rise, add your blanket. Interlace your fingers. Even if you aren't going to bring your feet off the floor, keep going. Just trust that this is a shoulder and chest opener instead of thinking about it as an inversion. And with your hands clasped, elbows down, tuck your chin and put the crown of your head into the space of your hands and draw your hands against the back of your head. As you do, plug your elbows in. And simply drawing your hands towards your head, pressing the tips of your elbows down, feel the back of the neck lengthen, and press the forearms so much that the crown of the head gets lighter. That could be a perfect place to work. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, press your elbows and forearms, walk your feet a little closer. That is a perfect place to work. Press your elbows down, press your forearms down, broaden your shoulders, maybe lift a heel. If you lifted a heel, change the feet. So 2 feet down, the other heel up. Press your elbows down. If you can lift a heel, lift 2 so you make an egg. Egg is way smarter than kicking up. Press your elbows down. If you like to press your heels up high or stay where you are for 5. Work your posture. Good, good, good. 3. Good, good, good. If you have 1 foot up, change it 1 more time. 2. Or relax your hands. Yeah. And then feet down. Hands down. Yes. Tuck your toes. Walk yourself back. Soft knees. Hold opposite elbows upside down now. So exactly the way we started. Knees soft, drop your head. And let the elbows be heavy. And let the back of the neck be long and open. Draw your blanket towards you. The fold is facing your feet, and the opening is facing away. Step in front of it and sit down so that the tops of your shoulders are along the top edge of your blanket. Elbows down. Now, the most modified, you're going to take a block, lift your hips, and set it beneath the low back. Resting your thighs on your hands, resting your heels over your hips. Fantastic. Lift your heart and tuck a shoulder under, tuck another, as though you were in bridge. And really allow your thighs to rest on your hands. So this lift of the heart is an important aspect of that modification. Oh, so we're dropping the head below the heart. Keeping a quality of inversion, keeping a quieting, a reversal. If you'd like to go further and the block is in your way and you know that, set it aside so that you can roll your hips up, catch them in your hands, tuck a shoulder, tuck another. So the heart still comes up, same shape in the chest. Turn your knees in and your heels out and let your legs drain, softening your legs, softening your thighs. To go any further, you would walk your hands up the back of your body, keeping the weight on the backs of your arms. The backs of your shoulders are resting on the blanket. The back of the neck is long. And then soften your knees wherever you are, widen them, and allow your heels to make circles. So it's like an egg beater. And you're allowing circles in your knees, circles in your hips, circles in your feet. The feet are drawing 2 circles that are going in opposite directions. A little bit of a mind bender. And then reverse your directions. And when we move like this, as though you were treading water, upside down, flushing out the legs, flushing out the joints. Now let your feet rise up, let your legs completely relax. Empty the legs. Empty the legs. And then slowly roll your way down. Roll your way down, put your feet to the floor and pause, hands to thighs. Now your heart is equal to your head. They are the same height. Let the breath be as big and as full as it needs to be. There might be a big exhalation that's needed. Widen your heels to feel the outer edge of the mat. Widen your arms, turning your palms down into the floor. And I like to scoot so that my shoulders have fallen off the very top edge of the blanket. My heels are wide, my knees point together, and my shoulders are on the floor. And then let your knees rock side to side. So the blanket is giving this tiny little lift behind your heart. And your shoulders are dropping and the back of the head is on the mat. And now let your hips and your belly really open and loosen. Let the soles of your feet roll very easily. Outer edge, inner edge. Outer edge of the feet, inner edge of the feet. Good, that we're loosening the hold. Find center, knees fall right. Cross your right ankle over your left knee. Take your hands overhead and your right hand holds your left wrist. And the breath is into the left hip, left pelvis, left belly. Press your left knee up to meet your right ankle and press your right ankle down to meet the knee. And feel that lengthening through the left thigh, left hip, left lung. And center. Hands wide, knees side to side, less and less static. Knees fall left, left ankle over the right knee. The right knee rising into the ankle, the left ankle pressing down into the right knee. Into the center. Deep blood, heads on thighs, press away, make a little more length. And as you open the interior space, the abdomen, the chest, the throat, the space for your thoughts is what's most important. Starting to find some quiet. So lift your hips, slide the blanket out from under you, and take your blocks and set them side by side under your hips. You can start at the lowest setting, lifting your hips, the blocks around your bellies, and they meet up, their sides coming together. Hold with your hands the far corners of the blocks. And then as you lift your chest by sitting on the blocks, tuck your shoulders under so the heart lifts. Good. Tuck your chin and lightly press the back of your head down and press the pinky edge of your hands down so that it becomes a little more active. The hands still holding the blocks. So the arms straighten and you press into the backs of your arms. As you press into the back of your arm, lightly into the back of your head, the upper body is really strong and clear. Stand in your heels and just lift, maybe an inch, maybe 3, but keep the upper body exactly the same. So the pinky edge presses down, the shoulders press down, the back of the head presses down, and that lifts the hips. And let it settle. Good. Hands point to the ceiling. Elbows stay where they are. So press your elbows down, point your fingers up, tuck a shoulder under, tuck another, press your elbows down, the back of the head. The heels are heavy. And as you do, the hips float. Widening the pelvis, spread your fingers, palms face your body. Now let your legs be very heavy into your heels. And the breath invites the front of the belly to widen, to lengthen like a canvas stretched to a frame. Toes are long and soft. And you roll down. Rest again on the blocks. Take your hands overhead. Hold the frame. So you're holding opposite elbows. And bring your right foot to the left foot, so it's towards the center line. And bring your left leg to cross over your right. And as you would do in Garudasana in Eagle, can you find the ankle bind? So that your left ankle wraps behind your right. And relax your legs and trust this bind and let the bind move a little tiny bit side to side. And maybe the heart will start to lift and the inner thighs will soften and the back of your head will get heavy. And the inner thighs will soften and the very lowest aspect of your belly will open. Below your belly button, between the points of your hips. Good. Uncross your legs, feet even, pausing, relax your spine and your belly, notice. Let everything go where it wants to go for a moment. Be effortless, be heavy. Walk your left foot to your right foot, cross your right knee over your left. You can lift both feet if you need to hook your right behind your left. Find that bind if you can. And then land the left foot to the floor. Walk your left heel as close to you as you can. Right? So it's like you're tightening a knot. That way, when you relax your right thigh, relax your left thigh, the cross of your knees is acting on your thigh bones to widen the pelvis. So the thigh bones at the top are drawing apart as the knees are closer together. And so breathe down behind your belly button and let your chest rise. And find that little action of your bridge in the back of your head and the backs of your shoulders, that the front spine lifts up. And then relax all of it without uncrossing. Just soften and trust the rinse of the bind. Little side to side, tiny micro movements. Let it come alive, let it come undone. All the way through the back of your head. Release, release, release. So that knot you tied, just let it go. And then uncross your legs, feet flat, lift your hips, remove the blocks. And then rest the backs of your hips to the floor. Keep your knees bent, feet flat, hands on thighs. Press away. Quieting the pelvis. the low belly, the pelvic floor. That quiet in the lowest of your body creates a quiet at that sixth center. 6 and 1 are related. When we feel safe in our existence, we can reimagine ourselves quite differently. Relax your legs. And then knees to chest. Wag your tail. Lift your head and shoulders, find your ankles, and see if you can bring the soles of your feet together. And interlace your fingers, knees wide. Good. Press your knees forward. Press your feet together. And as you press your feet into your hands, and as you press your heels into each other, relax your shoulders deeply. So what you're doing as you relax your arms and press with your knees wide, see if you can feel from the sides of your neck across the tops of your shoulders an opening. Stand in your heels, knees forward, arms totally relaxed, long and straight. Back of the neck opens, base of the skull opens. Good. Lie back. Widen your heels, but lift your head and shoulders. You're still looking forward, so the lying back wasn't true. You reach through your hands and hold the backs of your thighs. Get as far along the backs of your thighs as you can. Now when you lie back, roll your thighs forward into your hands. Press into your heels. Roll your thighs into your hands. Roll your hands back against your thighs. Widen your legs by pressing your hands apart. Put a bend in your knees. This is inhale. Press into your feet. This is exhale. Flex your feet. Inhale, point your toes. Exhale, press and flex your feet. A little bend and a little press. So take your time, make it yours. Do it 5 times. Starting to find the deep inner hip, pelvic floor, how it relates to your legs, pointing your toes, then flexing your feet. Creating roots, and then you'll press into the feet. And stay, widening the hands. Your breath all the way into the pelvic floor. And imagining that at the pelvic floor there's a brightening, and in the middle of your brain there is a brightening, and they're the same. This space says I exist. This space says I am safe. Knees to your shins, roll yourself up. Find your blanket to sit. So same posture, heels together, sitting tall. Press your outer knees down, shoulders back. Give it a little bit of a butterfly leg. Yeah. So see if you can find, as you come upright, there's a freedom in the pelvis that you've made. And there's a freedom in the mind that you've made. So any tension, shake it out. Any tension, shake it out. Shoulders back, the heart comes up, the chin a little in, a little bitty back bend. Good, 3, 2. And as you let go, we're going to bring the right knee across and just fold it in. I like to turn my blanket a little bit so that it's angled under my left thigh. Yeah, for sure. And all we're doing is right hand to left thigh. Take your block with you behind you. Put it on its belly. And then as you turn, shift your right hip forward. Yeah. So look forward. Look forward. Look to me. There you go. And then sit your hip back down. That's it. There you go. Turn. And sit your hip back down. So imagine this turn. Yeah. Good, good. That's it, Lori. Then sit it back down. Now turn your navel right. Yeah, keep going. So this turn is super low. Oh, keep going. Yes. So play with that. You're turning right. You're turning left. And it is the deepest aspect of you that you can turn. Now as you turn your body right, as you turn your body left, now drop your hip back and down, back and down. And it's as though you're making space from your navel to your right hip. So you turn yourself, go there, Keep that. Now let your right hip go back. Yep, don't change your chest. I know. So drop your right hip back out of your chest. Yeah. Awesome. Out of your right shoulder. Like all the weird ways we hold on. And then centered. So we're really good at doing that. And what I was asking was, can you put it back down? Right? So change sides. The blanket turns along to be under the right thigh. The left hand goes to the right knee. Yep. The right hand goes back onto the block, blocks on its belly. So remember when we lay on our backs and we let our knees do this? Now we don't use the knees, but we let the hips do that. Yeah, so play with that. And you'll start to feel how much you hold. As you turn, imagine you're turning your navel right and your left hip crosses. And then you sit your left hip down and you turn your navel left. And the trick is to keep your left hand where it is, your right hand where it is, and that, yes, there you go. It's a whole different access to our low body. Good. Now you turn right with the left hip up. This chest, hand, hip configuration stays. Drop your left hip back and down without dropping your shoulders, without changing the chest. Drop the left hip. So it's a releasing. You can't put it down, it's a letting go, letting your left hip be heavy. Turning your right ribs right, dropping out. To center. And square your blanket. And cross your legs, see? Heels are under your knees, so shins are in parallel rather than tucked in. And see if you can notice from your navel to, like, yeah, I can see Lori's jaw change. Right? So the way everybody wants to move, make a circle. Oh, make a big circle. Holy smokes. So if we had a really cruddy pan from the kitchen, we would scrub it, and now imagine you're rinsing. Into that bowl. Give it water, give it movement. Inhale across the front, exhale across the back. We didn't even know we were holding that. Now, if that relates to the mind, clearing this aspect of the pelvis helps to clear the mind. Reverse. And then really go where you need to go. Go where maybe it's lighter, maybe it's quicker, maybe it's slower. A little more intuitive, personal, just for 5, 4. And pause center. Notice the space of your belly. How much room and light there might be. Let's bring your heels together again, holding your ankle, let your knees move, walk right up to the front edge of that blanket or bolster. Shoulders come in underneath you, heart comes up. And right here, we're going to use the breath of fire, the little exhale out the nose, Kapalabhati. And Kapalabhati is a cleansing technique. So we rinsed everything around, but now you turn on the sprayer and you really get out the detail. So open your mouth and find a whisper of ha. Keep your knees moving. Keep the breath, close your mouth, go out your nose. And just keep that going and let your knees go at the pace they want to. Keep the breath nice and steady. Get your knees a little bit busier. Heart up higher. Arms are strong, chest is strong, 30 seconds. Go, go, go. Keep your knees moving like you could shake yourself apart. All the things you've been holding. Out the neck, out the jaw. Turn your chin side to side. Go 5, 4, 3, 2, and let your legs cross naturally. Land your hands on your thighs. Sit up tall. The very edge of your blanket. And be still. Notice the body and the space and the clarity and the new territory, new sensation. Let the low body be bright, really bright, especially for women. His space gets congested and held. And as you deepen and slow your breathing, breathe from the chest into the navel and then into this space of the pelvis, as far down. Invite the breath as far into the body as you can, and then out the navel, out the chest, out the throat, just all the way out. Inhale, it comes all the way in and down, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and all the way back out. And what you're accessing is your ability to receive pleasure and beauty and vitality. You're letting it in. The gift of this day, all the way in, all the way in, filling the sacrum, the back of the pelvis. That we are receivers. That we remember the day is being given to us as a gift. Are we letting it all the way in? Just allow the breath to become very, very smooth. The inhale sliding through the interior, down and down into the pelvis. Receiving that space, that encouragement. And then emptying out. Navel to spine. So the inhale comes in and down into the body. The exhale comes from the down, up and out of the body. Just a minute like that. How much breath are you willing to receive? Go slowly, let it come in. Be hungry for the inhalation without pulling at it. Let your body draw it in. You are made to receive. Let there be more and more ease and more receiving. Less and less effort. Less and less holding. It just comes in and keeps coming and keeps coming, and your life is filled with light. Where else does it want to go? Where else is it needed? That extra bit of space that the breath provides, up into the back, up into the jaw, up under the arms. Where does it need to go? Let yourself scoot around a little bit, letting it find that one extra centimeter. Smooth it out, smooth it out, smooth it out. 10 more seconds. And then upright, let yourself be at ease. Let the technique pass. Just rest in the natural breath. Notice the sensation of your body, especially from inside your body. You are a receiver.
What you want is wanted. That you want this time, this practice, calls forth teaching from me, through me, to you, through you. You call forth my teaching, and I am grateful. And I call forth my teacher's teaching, and they are grateful. By wanting, we make more. We call it through us. And where we do that is in the low abdomen, and we let it in. Make any adjustment. Set up your seat. If you need a layer, set up a layer. If you want a bolster or a zafu or anything, pull it out. Build yourself a seat. If you need to hop onto a chair. If you wanted 60 minutes of asana, you got your 60 minutes of asana. And where we're going is we're going to have a 6-minute sit. Then we'll lie back in a supported shavasana. And then we'll come back up to a sit. I'm going to just let the stillness give us more. Ajna, our imagination, our perception can be limited because we won't receive more. We're not worth it. We don't trust it. All sorts of old reasons that are not necessarily our own. So stay in your body, stay open. And just find 3 steady, full breaths. Exploring that spaciousness that you've made. And starting at the crown of your head, your attention at the crown of your head, just start to scan down through the inside of your skull, through the brain, through the eyes and the eye sockets, and the underside of your eyelids, the backs of your eyebrows, the inside of your scalp, the folds of your ears. You have this fascinating terrain of your head, through the sinuses and the ear canals, the bridge of the nose, the base of the skull, the lips, the teeth, into the jaw and the tongue, just scanning with attention into your body, into new places, the throat and the shoulders, down the back of your spine, the backs of the shoulders, the upper arms to the elbows, the forearms down to the wrists, wrists through the palms, to the knuckles, to the fingers, to the fingernails. Down through the front of the chest, the back of the chest, the interior, the ribs and the lungs and the heart. Making contact with all of you. The inner organs, the kidneys behind you, the stomach, the intestines, the liver, into the body, into the body, into the pelvis. with your attention, you're clearing the way, removing obstacles or tension, so that what's left behind is this beautiful clarity through and through the body. Keep going. Fundamentally, right now, you are creating health. You're clearing the systems of your body of old energetic tensions and toxins. Just make one more pass if you're finished, and notice that it gets a little easier each time. And when you've gone all the way out the legs and the knees and the shins and the feet and the toes, notice the change, and rest your attention at the crown of your head. And imagine there an opening. And through that opening, the most magnificent golden nectar. And in that is all possible health and connection with your family, with yourself, with your work, with your home. Solutions, resolutions. This molten guidance entering through the crown of your head and following the path of that scan. The difference is we are inviting. We are not pulling or creating. We are allowing molecule by molecule to come in, to take over, to explore us and to fill us, following the same path of the scan, but just by invitation. No force, no hurry. Take your time and be slowly filled. Complete nurturance. Total patience. We're just gently receiving, increasing our capacity as receivers, inviting strength, inviting clear seeing, that space this incredible quality of guidance and care. Saturating the inner organs, the space around the belly, the space beyond the hips, in front of you, behind you, beside you, within you. That there is more than you could ever use. No matter how much you wanted, there would still be more available. Can you imagine the sensation of nothing is withheld from you? Complete provision and care, generosity and support. It takes daring to trust this. A little more, 30 seconds. Where are you willing to go? Where are you willing to say yes? Through the chest and the jaw and the tongue and the mouth and the mind and the belly. A little more. All the way to the feet. And then release the technique. And we'll use whatever it is that you're seated on to lie back. So you sit in front of it. Whatever you have is out behind you. As you lie back, reach back and find the top edge. If you have a blanket, you're tucking it just under the back of your head. And your elbows widen and your palms turn open. Now go. Okay? One more. That you could absorb all that good that you just invited into your body. Anywhere you feel tension or holding, you can let it pass. Anywhere the breath wants to go, you can let it in. throat, and then spread to your chest, and then spread to the belly, all spacious. And then emptying from the belly through the chest and out the throat, like a tube of toothpaste being emptied from the bottom up, and then filling from the top down. Effortless, effortless, no force, no pulling. Going slowly and experiencing the interior as far larger than it was when you began. Just inviting that change of scale into your sensation, how vast you are. Especially down behind, below the belly button, into the bowl of the pelvis. Keep that space absolutely accessible. Keep that rhythm of throat to chest to belly, belly to chest to throat. And we're going to keep all the quiet that you've made, and as you come into a simple seat, legs crossed, upright, we're going to give it power. Bring into this great, sweet, clear space of ours some power with Ujjayi breathing. So you may stay where you are and disregard the breath, or to finish out by really accessing the power you've made, not just ease, but there's power here. And you would build your cross-legged seat slowly and wisely without losing anything that you've made. Lightly hopping back up on whatever served you for your seat. And as you build your seat, as you come upright, feel all the space around you. The breath comes in the throat, in the chest, in the belly. Goes out the belly, out the chest, out the throat. And putting your hand in front of your mouth, when you exhale, feel the heat and moisture on your hand, like you're fogging a mirror. Breathing in the nose, fogging a mirror. Keep your mouth open and breathe in as though fogging the back of your head. Into the throat, the chest, the belly, put it all together. Out the belly, out the chest, out the throat. Be strong in your breath, a breath of victory, a breath of I am all this space, all this light. I am the receiver and I am its source. So you'll keep exactly that breath, put your lips together, and in through the nose and out through the nose. As though you were fogging the back of your skull like a mirror, and then as though fogging a mirror ahead of you. 1 minute. A breath of victory. A breath of arrival into the great self that you are. The rest falling away, burned away, the light all yours. one last round in and out. And then you release the technique and you pause. You can pause where you are, or if your props are still there, lie back for the most incredible 2 minutes. Just lie back, lie back. Let it go. Now just fall open into your own power, your own light, your own effortlessness. Breath may be nearly gone. You hardly need it. Feel the space of your midbrain and the light. Feel the crown of your head and its light. There is a space between the two. Rest there. You are welcome to stay as long as you like, or deepen your breathing. Let your feet move. Let your hands find opposite elbows overhead a little. Reach into the elbows, trying to widen the upper arms, holding with the hands. Feel that frame, that support, that structure that is your own. Fill it up. And gently make your way up into your seat, taking your time. To move side to side. The way we began is the way we will end. Anywhere that needs to move, any change in the breath. Then you meet with two hands high, the palms together. The thumbs come down to the forehead center. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Perfect peace. And in my quiet, I feel your quiet. And in my light, I feel your light. And therefore the light within me sees the light within you. And we say Namaste. Namaste.
So if you made it all the way through, thank you so much.
That's like a full tantric practice of using the physical body and then coming into physical ease. We relate to a softening. And that space between these 2 points is a really special, quiet place. So if you study the sutras at all, that would be somewhere in like book 1, 45 to 47. We're addressing the space that is the field of our imagination. And it's the imagination that's the same force that's the Big Bang unfurling. If you thought about that as sort of having an idea, and you were sort of planning a dinner party, and you were putting details together in the menu, and it was sort of unfolding in your mind, that same force that the universe is rippling out in this same like, ooh, and we could make a planet here and a galaxy there and a person here and a dog there, like all of that happening is exactly the energy that exists between these 2 points. There you go.
I'll be back next Saturday. Send your requests if you're like, what?
Just want to do chaturanga. Awesome, let me know.
Otherwise, we go on. We'll see you soon. I will be live at So Botanical tomorrow at 10:15
Or online tomorrow at 8. Is that done?